Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned into Car Connection where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop this frosty, freezing, winter, cold Monday morning. Happy Monday. Yep, we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here in the workshop, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling and saving you money and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to the what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your cup of joe. If you're just heading through the drive-thru, FYI, always is a standing operation. Check your order before you get back out on the roadway and on your way to your workplace or wherever you're going. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's a check. You cannot forget. So sit back, keep an eye on the other guy, secure your beverage in your cup holder, pinch your co-pilot just to make sure that they're awake so they can take some notes for you this morning, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. And I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, shifting her into drive this morning, and let's get the day rolling. Hey, a little bird told me this morning, 10 days to Christmas. How's your Christmas shopping going? If you've got that automotive service tech or that car guy on your list, go back into our archives of our podcasts on our website at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, or just go to our iHeart channel. And remember, wherever you're tuning in and pulling your podcasts from, we are there. Just put it in the search box, Car Connection Workshop, and you'll find us. All the links for every platform that we are connected to for Car Connections on our website at ccbusnet.com. I always put all that information for you, including our merchandise store, on our descriptions for our podcast. So visit us anytime at ccbusnet.com. That's short for Car Connection Business Network.com. On the homepage, you'll see all the logos of our program partners and recommended businesses that have my seal of approval. We've just come off 31 years, recently, the beginning of November, 31 years of Car Connection, our live call-in talk show. It's gone. 3 decades and a day. 3 decades and 1 extra year. 31. So a lot of the businesses that are with us still, we're blessed to have them. That is for sure. To come alongside and be a part of our programming. We're calling it Car Connection Next Gen 2.0 as we head into 2026. And just to share a little backstory, so before I digress a little bit, all our links are available in the top right-hand corner of the homepage of our website to make it real easy for you. That's where you'll see our link for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. My pops lived in Stevensville for 42 years, and I've gotten to know a lot of the businesses there. Wonderful eateries, lots of great family-owned and operated businesses. And so they plugged me in, said, hey, Motormouth, we're going to make you an official Stevensvilleian. I think I just made that up. So when you click on Stevensville on the web.ca, click the businesses tab, you'll find our profile page they've made for us there. And that's where you'll see outtakes and bloopers of our YouTube videos, as well as reels on Instagram and Facebook that you won't see anywhere else. Our merch store is there. Just click and you can order whatever you like, your color, your size, put it in your shopping cart, and pay for it safely online, and it gets shipped. Whatever items you order gets shipped to you directly. I have to get in touch with Freedom Expressions that put our store together. We've picked out another 6 items or so to go up on our merch store, and I can't wait to see them myself. So just a backstory. The whole reason we started our YouTube channel, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, I think we're in our 4th month now. Not checking the calendar. I will later because we shoot videos every Monday morning at 7 a.m. So we're cruising along here because to get this podcast out to you on time so it drops for 8 a.m., you got to get up super early. And in the winter, no, the early bird does not get the worm. So we need to address that situation. I think it should be the early bird gets a hot, fresh morning beverage and a breakfast snack of choice. Yeah. So our whole entire vision for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca, and including our merchandise store, and don't forget the iHeart link is also there in the top right-hand corner. But these podcasts are available on all platforms, all the major platforms, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a whole lot more. So we want to thank iHeartRadio for helping us to get that done. So when you connect with us and help us grow our YouTube channel and all the other platforms, and you purchase merchandise from our store, that goes to help us to pay for parts to fix vehicles for single moms, widows, orphans, widows, the whole package. It helps us to be able to reach out and help those that just may be going through a very tough time, and the car is what's keeping them going, getting to a job. They may have lost a job in the household from one of the adults, and things are really, really tight. So our vision is, I don't need another shiny thing. I'm quite content with everything that I have and have been given, that's been entrusted to me to be the next caregiver. It's all about, life is about giving. It's about people and sharing. To me, that's what life is all about. And when we take a look at who we are we givers or takers, is what my professor used to say. You have to decide what arena your feet stand in. You can't be in both. You have to pick. Are you a servant, or are you wanting to be waited on hand and foot? You want everything handed to you. So are you a giver or a taker? That was a really good class. Let me tell you, it was pretty quiet. But it's true. There's only 2 types of people in the world, givers and takers. And my college professor said, yeah, and those who are right and those who are wrong. I go, that is so true. But then he went on to say this: a man or a person of integrity lets time prove him right. And that is so true in the automotive. So I'd like to say thank you to Crystal Ridge Dream Center, being our nonprofit, faith-based organization, doing what they do when we don't have the time or the space or the ability to do, serving men, women, children, meals, love, and hope, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. And I'd hope that you would consider being a part of that somehow, and you can donate safely online. You could get in touch with them if you want to donate some time. They're always looking for those who will come in and volunteer. And I'll tell you, the volunteers they have are just absolutely over the moon about what they see going on there. Thank you to Earl Louise Grant, City Auto Sales and Leasing. Low mileage vehicles, quality vehicles at fair prices. They're Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store for over 25 years. And Earl and Louise are husband and wife, and they're car guys. And they have a lot of resources, so no matter what vehicle you're looking for, if it's not on their lot, let them do the legwork for you. They will pick you a good one. Their vehicles look like brand new. They also do in-house financing, so whether you have good credit, bad credit, or no credit, City Auto Sales and Leasing. Let Earl and Louise Grant know that Car Connection sent you. And to the brothers at Rainbow Motors and Garage in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, sales and service you can trust. You can buy something there and also have it serviced there. Again, if you're looking for a vehicle specific to your needs, let them know. Let them do the legwork for you. Rita and Remiz also provide you with service to all years, makes, and models, including light commercial vehicles. So sales and service you can trust. Reach out to Rainbow Motors and Garage in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Our certified financial planning professionals, my brothers from other mothers, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro, combined have 50 years experience as fiduciaries with IG Wealth Management. If you have an investment portfolio with the bank, you need to get it out of there because it's not working hard for you. You need to get that turned around and quickly so that your money that you have invested is working hard for you instead of you working hard for your money. So whether you have $1 or $1 million, Tony Miele and Larry Tetro will sit down with you for an hour and a coffee, we call it. It's a discovery meeting. No pressure sales, no sales whatsoever. Just listening to you to see where you're at, where you want to go, and they will put together a game plan to get you there. So whether you're up to your eyeballs in debt, you haven't got an estate plan, you need an estate plan, you need powers of attorney, you need all that put together in a mortgage, life insurance, critical illness insurance. I have all those things covered with Tony and Larry, and I've known them both for well over 20 years. So when I say what I say it because I know it. I know it to be true. And as my professor would say, never take advice from someone who's not standing where you want to be. That is so true. Because here's the thing, even when it comes to automobiles, your neighbor, the neighbor across the road, the guy at work that knows everything, the armchair warrior, they think they know it all. And you know what happens? They lead you down the garden path. And I don't think they mean to do it. They want to help. But it comes down to that simple phrase. If the person giving you advice is not right where you want to be, you should not be listening to them. Get the fruit from those who have the fruit on the tree. So connect with Tony Miele or Larry Tetro and get that hour and a coffee booked and get your questions answered. Thank you to Niagara Block, the Grimo family, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931. Building supplies, hardscape, landscaping materials to help you to design and build that backyard oasis. And I recommend you start looking at landscapers now and asking around because the good ones, I waited 2 years to get landscaping done after building this studio back in 2012, but it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. So make sure you get on a landscaper's calendar for 2026 so you can get your landscaping done. With all the new builds around town and all over, especially down here in the Fort Erie area, they're all going to need lawns and landscaping. And that keeps the landscapers busy, and you get pushed back. That's what happens. So thank you to Total Freedom, Darien Center, New York, and Total Freedom, Sydney, Manitoba, Canada. It's a men-only campus. It's men and women at Darien Center, New York. Lives are being changed. Addictions are being crushed daily. So if you or someone you know is stuck in an addiction, that's the other area where we're helping. When you purchase merchandise from Car Connection, it goes to help those suffering with addictions get into a campus and get that life changed, because a new life awaits you. All right, let's jump into this morning's topics. It's actually one topic. This is the Rubicon. No, it's not. No. Is this the Alamo? No, it's not the Alamo. This is your winter recap. Yes, winter is here. Along the south shore of Lake Erie, we have about 8 to 10 inches of snow. And I just lit the fireplace this morning when I got up at 4:30, and it's snowing. Yeah, and the lake is open, so what we know is whatever happens, happens. That's it, because lake effect, I call it we live in the banana belt because we're actually sandwiched between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. So two big bodies of water that are not frozen, which means moisture and accumulation. All right, let's jump right in. If your co-pilot is not awake, give him a gentle little nudge or a pinch and say, hey, you got your crayons? You got your brown paper bag all folded up nice so you can just keep writing? Good, because we're going to get through this real quick this morning. I went back through all the podcasts we have so far, and I plucked out, I plucked them out. I plucked out some reminders that I thought, you know what, we're human beings, and we are creatures of habit, and it's so true, self-included. I know, I still have to have my mother dress me, but at least I look okay afterwards. My attempt, not so good. Not so good. I have clothing on, but some of it might be on backwards. And the sock thing. Is there really a left foot sock and a right foot sock? Is that true? I don't believe it. But somebody told me, no, you got to make sure you put your left sock on your left foot and your right sock on your right foot. And I'm going, they don't have an L or an R on them. I've looked. In all the socks I have in my sock drawer, it's not true. I think he was jamming it to me. Yeah, it's like telling an apprentice, why don't you wash your hands and I'll send you up to the parts store. Go in and ask them for a upper and lower radiator hose for 1967 Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, that usually gets a few laughs. All right, number one on the list this morning, your winter recaps. These are things that if you listen up and you put them into practice, winter is going to be a whole lot nicer for you. And hopefully we all get out the other side, whatever that looks like, unscathed. Yeah. Without frostbite. Exactly. All right, let's have a swiggy together and get started. What do you say? On 3, 2, 1, that's how we do it here. We count it down, whatever your beverage is, keep your eyes on the road, and the other guy, you know who he is. Same one every morning. You know, I used to see when I was traveling from Hamilton to downtown Toronto, I was working at a big shop for Mack Trucks Canada at Queensway and Kipling. It was like 91 mechanics. I would see the same lady every day reading a newspaper, drinking a beverage, and driving all and putting makeup on. Makeup, newspaper, beverage, and driving the car. I always kept an eye out for that lady. So if you're that lady tuned in, I saw you every single day of the week. You ready? I bought you a little time so you can prepare. 3, 2, 1. What is that exactly this morning? There's a hint of something in there. Might have been the screwdriver I used to stir the cup this morning. Possibly. Has a little hint of maybe some brake fluid, maybe a little diesel oil. Used? Yeah, possibly. All right, number one, should we warm our vehicles up in the morning? Yes. I was just speaking with somebody the other day. It's minus 44 to 47. Yeah, Northwest Territories, in Inuvik, up in that area. And that they were into mechanics and said that at those temperatures, things like tie rod ends, you know, just small pieces of equipment that help you steer left and right when you turn the steering wheel, the metal is so cold, they would just snap right off. The metal would just shear off because the molecules are so cold. Man, if it's that cold, I am not going outside. I'm telling you that. No way. But my brother-in-law works up in Nunavut 14 days a month in that freezing cold, minus 44 to minus 47. Egads, man. I don't know how he does it, but that's what they do. They fly them in, they fix mining equipment, and a lot of it has to be fixed outside. So they work, then they go into what they call a warming tent. They warm up, they go back out, they do some more work, they go back in. Uh, Most of the equipment fits inside the building where they're working, but if it's broken down, they got to get it in from outside. Picture that one. So they need to keep their vehicles running all the time, night and day, and it's dark during the day as well as at night in the winter. It never gets sunny and blue skies. So do we warm up our vehicles? Absolutely. Just to start and go at even this morning, I think it's like 10. I think we're actually at single digits this morning. We're around 9. And the overnight lows were starting to hit single digits here on the south shores of Lake Erie. Yes, I warm my vehicle up. 15 on single digit mornings, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then set off nice and easy till that engine and all the moving components and fluids get warmed right up. If you want to break something prematurely, then go ahead, be that person that just fires it up and gets on it, stomps on that loud pedal. Something will break. I guarantee you. I've worked on machinery. I've been on a road crew where we fix stuff on the road. And this time of year, a lot of machinery breaks right in the field because somebody just didn't give the machinery an opportunity to warm up, and metal is cold. The molecules are freezing cold. That's when stuff breaks. So a warm up, absolutely, number one. Give yourself time to take care of your vehicle. If your vehicle is that important to you, you can't do without it for a week, or how about 30 days? How about 6 weeks? Yeah, here in Canada, we have a shortage of service techs and other trade techs as well. So it's going to be a different world in the next few years. Getting your car fixed could take 2-3 months. In fact, an article that I just read said that at the rate we are losing tradesmen, it's going to take a lot longer for things to happen in the field, in those trades. And automotive is one of the top ones. It might come to a point in the article I read, because of the shortage of automotive service techs, the kids are not getting into the professions, into the trades. You could wait 6 months to get your vehicle fixed. And that we're only talking a couple of years. By 2030, 2028, we're going to begin to see the issues with that. So learning your vehicle now and how to better take care of it is really going to help you a great deal. It really, really will. So warm up that vehicle. If it's really, really cold, 15, 20 minutes, what I do is I clean off the driver's side, get in, get it started, set the heater controls, and get the rest of the vehicle cleaned off. So while I'm doing that, freezing to death outside, you got to dress for it. Gloves, hat, scarf. You got to, in the wintertime, there's no such thing as perfect hair. Because you know what? I don't want frostbite on my ears. I've had it, and you don't want it. Trust me. So I put a hat on my head, even if I've just, dressed myself up to go to an event or something. I just fix my hair at the other end the best I can. I wear a hat, a full toque. And we have knitted toques available on our merch store. So I've ordered some colored ones. Yeah, I want to be seen out there, especially when I'm cleaning up the driveway. People don't watch for you these days. You got to watch for them. So warm up, do it completely, leave the driveway or wherever your vehicle's parked, and give that vehicle a full opportunity to warm up. Fluids, if they're dirty, they need to be replaced. And we can pretty much in the service bays, we can test every single fluid on your vehicle to determine the health of that fluid. So we're not just drain and fill for the sake of draining and filling and putting that on the bill. No, we want to make sure that if the fluid can still, if there's fluids that can still remain in service, we leave them in service and test them along the way as you come in for regularly scheduled vehicle maintenance. So fluids, I sum it up this way. Fluids and the labor to replace them are far cheaper for you as a service than the cost of what breaks when the fluids aren't protecting those components. So fluids are cheap as compared to the mechanicals that they're protecting from damage. And in the winter, what happens is when the fluids become contaminated, they become thick. And as they get cold, they become thickerer. So when you start the vehicle in the cold, it takes quite a while before those contaminated fluids that are thick protect the components that they're designed to protect. So you want to make sure that all fluids are being inspected and tested on your vehicle and replaced accordingly. That brings me to the importance of wipers and washers. As we are now officially into winter, we haven't hit the winter solstice yet. We're only a few days away now. Lift those wiper blades. Don't make the mistake of, you want to get in the house and it's warm and, they just get out of a warm car into a freezing outdoors and you just want to get in the house. Take that time to lift those wiper blades off the windshield. Because if you were using them and forgot to turn the switch off, the next morning there will be damage. When you turn that key on and the wipers are frozen to the windshield, something in the wiper mechanism is going to break, and it's going to cost you a small fortune to fix it, along with you've ruined your wiper blades as well. So there's $100 just like that for wiper blades, $60 to $100 depending on what you're driving. Washer fluid, again, keep your eye on the sales in the stores because they don't care that they're selling you washer fluid at $3 a jug that will freeze solid in your washer bottle. Plug all the lines, plug all the nozzles, and potentially burn out the washer pump itself. So it turns into what I call the wiper washer party pack. The washer bottle's frozen, it's cracked, it's leaking. The pump is destroyed because it froze inside. The lines are plugged, so now we got to take all those lines off and we got to thaw them out and we got to blow them out. It's time plus materials that's going to cost you a fortune. If you do not see minus 45 on the jug, leave it on the skid. Or if you're purchasing it while it's on sale for the summer months, then make sure it doesn't get mixed up with the winter washer fluid. I run the minus 45, minus 50 all year round. I just find it removes the bug juice off the windows well. And come wintertime, I don't have to panic to get that summer washer fluid out of my washer bottle and blow all the lines out, just like a sprinkler system. You got to shut off the water and blow all the heads out, all the lines out. Otherwise, a freeze means a broken pipe, and it costs you money. Your washer fluid system is exactly the same. If you have a rear washer on the rear glass, that's a very long hose to get that fluid back there, and it's going to be frozen, and the nozzle's going to be frozen, and that's a project. That's a project to get it up and running. Battery. Have you had it tested? If you haven't, make it a priority now because winter's arrived and as I've already mentioned, we're going into those single digits. And guess what happens? That's when the battery dies. And Monday mornings are usually the time when a lot of vehicles would get towed into our shop on the Hamilton Mountain with dead batteries. And the tow truck drivers would just kind of drop these vehicles every which way because they've got a lot of calls to do. Car won't start. Battery's dead. So we can test your battery and tell you for sure, beyond the shadow of a doubt, whether it's good, bad, or ugly, so that you're not stuck somewhere, and especially for the ladies, that can be very intimidating. You know, everybody's left from work, you're brushing your car off, and then you go to start it and you got nothing. Now what? You're in a parking lot all by yourself, or in a remote area by yourself. Not good. Not good. And especially if your battery on your cell phone charge has dropped out as well. So fluids, battery, warm-up, wiper washers, and winter tires are a must. In fact, we're shooting videos today, and I'm almost tempted to shoot a video. I got one vehicle in the driveway that does not have winter tires on, and I purposely took it out to the farming country to take it on an icy road just to see how it would handle. It was creepy. And creepy as in I'm on a gravel road that is all ice and snow covered. And I was going as slow as I could because the vehicle was sliding every which way. By itself, it would literally go a little bit sideways, and it just felt like I was on water. And I knew the steering was so light that the tires are just on top of they're on the ice. And I just went out to take a quick look at our wood lot because I've got wood there sitting there that needs to still get home, needs to be harvested and brought in so that we've got wood to heat the house for the rest of winter. The weather kind of took us out with all the rain we had. But I wanted to just go and have a look, and I thought, I'm going to take this very carefully because the rest of the roads were clear, but I knew that road would be icy, and I just wanted to see how well the all-season tires would perform. And I was a little paranoid, but not totally intimidated because I was under control of the vehicle and I was testing it. And I got to tell you this, that was the longest mile I ever drove in anything. And this has real-time all-wheel drive. That means when it sees the front wheels slipping, it locks up the rear wheels. That vehicle was totally 100% not controllable. So if you were to be on that stretch, that 1 mile stretch of dirt road that's ice and snow covered, and you thought you could fly down there like no problems whatsoever, you're glued to the road, you would definitely be out in one of the cornfields. And the ditches are really deep there. You would definitely leave the road and lose complete control of the vehicle on all-season tires. So I was contemplating, let's go out there, Skippy, and you can video the vehicle just traveling ever so slowly down the road and just watch it wiggle-waggle back and forth. And steering, you had some steering, but it was very light, and the vehicle just kind of picked a path on the road, a groove, and kind of dropped into it. And I thought to myself, man, I was going to turn around in the driveway. There is a driveway to get to the woodlot. And I thought, if I get in the front wheels into that snow, I'm not getting out. Because I really felt that as like, this is not going to grip enough to get me back out. So I drove all the way down to a turnaround at the end of the road, and that was pretty sketchy because it hadn't been plowed there. But I did manage to get turned around very carefully and head back out the same way I went in at less than 5 kilometers an hour. That's how stable it was. It was not stable. And I'm thinking all of you out there that think that all-season tires are okay because the salesman says so, or the tire salesman or the car salesman says, "Oh yeah, these tires they'll be great. They'll be great in the winter." No, they're not. No, they're not. And that test absolutely proved it. The tires are Bridgestone all season, and they were useless. Absolutely useless. I could not imagine driving down that roadway that I was on, ice and snow covered, at any more than 10 kilometers an hour. Truly. Because you would lose it. You would lose it in a heartbeat. That vehicle would go out of control quickly in a heartbeat. So, winter tires, I'm going to leave you with that. It is a personal decision to be safe out there, and that's the whole idea of the Car Connection Workshop, is to have a few laughs, tell a few stories, learn a bunch of stuff, the 5 things, always, same with our YouTube videos, what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, what you could have learned more about your automobile to save yourself time, money, and a few bloody knuckles, just understanding your vehicle a whole lot more. So until next time, happy Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for the Motormouth morning drive. Put that coffee on. Remember, peace, patience, and kindness. Bye for now.